Devils do. An entire planet is at stake when Picard goes head-to-head with someone claiming to be the devil.
We begin with Data playing Scrooge in a performance of A Christmas Carol on the holodeck while Picard watches.
That whole scene went on a really long time, and it felt a little preachy.
Data says he's a fan of method acting, to which Picard says,
I'm vaguely familiar with it, but why would you choose such an old-fashioned approach?
This was intended as a joke, as Patrick Stewart is of course famous for having spent years in space in preparation for his role on Star Trek.
They're contacted by a science station on a nearby planet, and apparently there's mass hysteria because they believe their world is coming to an end. The guy contacting them, Dr. Clark, his voice reminded me of Episode 4 during the Death Star run.
How many guns do you think, Gold 5?
Say about 20 guns, some on the surface, some on the towers.
These people are all convinced that their world is coming to an end tomorrow.
There's a mob trying to break into the station, so they beam Dr. Clark aboard. He tells them that their society stopped using advanced technology centuries ago, and they have few social problems. But now they believe that someone named Ardra, who they believe is the devil, is coming. Down on the planet, the other Federation scientists are being held hostage.
Picard beams down with an away team to try and sort things out, and a woman appears claiming to be Ardra.
She's played by Marta Dubois, who I recognized from Trial of the Incredible Hulk.
She claims to be the universal character of the devil, and even freaks Worf out a little bit.
I am the guardian of Great Orr, where the dishonored go when they die.
Picard is skeptical and asks to see the contract that the people supposedly signed with her.
Picard secures the release of the hostages, but he doesn't want to abandon the planet to Ardra, and tasks Data to read through the contract.
Back on the Enterprise, they debate whether or not she might be part of the Q continuum, or whether her supposed powers may actually be technological in nature.
I like that they at least brought Q up. Ardra then appears on the bridge, and they can't seem to get her off. Data has read through the contract, and I'm not sure why it took him so long when we've seen him learn entire languages in about 5 minutes.
He confirms that it is legitimate.
The contract also claims right to anything in orbit around the planet, including the Enterprise.
Later, Data talks to Picard in his ready room, where Picard tells him he believes that Ardra is a con artist, or as he refers to it,
A flim-flam artist.
I thought it was interesting that he said he's been studying what it is, but I thought he'd already be familiar with that because of all the Dixon Hill stuff.
He draws a parallel to Scrooge's fear in response to the ghost, and the people's fear in response to Ardra.
Picard says,
The exploitation of innocent people, and that is what I believe has happened here.
and tasks Data to find a loophole in the contract. Later that night, Ardra appears in Picard's room in a very Ghostbusters move.
Are you the Keymaster?
Not that I know of.
But he rejects her, and he gets beamed down to the science station.
Worf is unable to beam him back, so Data picks him up in a shuttle.
He says he found a loophole in the contract where matters involving alien cultures can be arbitrated by an outside party.
But when they are heading back to the Enterprise, it disappears, so they have to go back to the science station.
Geordi thinks he can find Ardra's power source that she's using for all of her tricks,
Ardra shows up, and Picard tells her about his arbitration option.
and she agrees to it if Picard offers himself as collateral.
He tries offering her a jewel instead, which I thought was kind of dumb given that she has control of an entire planet.
Ardra requests Data serve as arbitrator, and Picard agrees, even after Data says,
I will have to follow the rules of conduct for a Ventoxian jurist.
I understand.
but Picard doesn't know anything about their legal system. Even in A Matter of Perspective, they were caught totally off guard by that planet's legal system. It seems weird that he would automatically agree to this one without looking into it.
That's a good point. Ow.
Sorry, does my logic hurt your brain?
The trial starts, and Picard says there is no proof that Ardra visited 1,000 years ago, and I liked his reaction when she asks if he would like a 1,000-year-old witness.
That will be acceptable.
She demonstrates her powers as evidence, and Picard has no rebuttal.
Then the stress gets to David Banner, and he starts transforming into the Hulk. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the wrong movie.
Picard questions the head of state, and shows that the people fixed the chaos of their planet themselves, and Ardra didn't actually do anything at all.
Did Ardra simply snap her fingers and transform the planet into this
paradise?
No.
Did she personally form the government that so peacefully ruled this planet for a millennium?
No.
I see. So she advised this council.
No.
Then she must have destroyed all the weapons on the planet.
No.
But Ardra must have purified the polluted water and air.
No.
Did she not even pick up one piece of trash?
Data asks Picard if he has any further evidence to present before his final judgment, and Geordi conveniently walks in right at the right time.
So Data uses his pepper grinder and grants them a recess.
Geordi tells Picard that they found a cloaked ship, which is also cloaking the Enterprise, and they discuss it right in the same room with Ardra, but they act like she's not there.
And then he comes up with a plan.
When they reconvene, Picard demonstrates his own abilities to perform seemingly impossible feats, all of which Ardra seems unable to counteract.
I like how when he imitated the Klingon devil, he still acted all monstery.
Probably not him. I'm assuming it's like the thing that they programmed is the one that's doing the acting.
No way.
You think Picard's doing there, like, putting his arms out and, like, kind of moving his chest around and stuff?
Yeah, and when you change back, he should have still been doing it.
That would have been awesome. That would have been really funny. He reveals that the Enterprise is in control of Ardra's ship, and that she controlled everything via an implant that allowed her to activate things with her eye, which sounded really impractical.
What if she just looked at something across the room by mistake? I also imagine very complex movements with her eyes, so all of a sudden she's looking in like 12 different directions in a sequential order. He also reveals that she's wanted all over this sector. When the authorities show up to arrest her, she acts like she isn't going to jail. But she's going to jail. I mean, she didn't stand a chance. With Picard's negotiating skills, she wasn't the devil. She was practice. Devil's Stew. Overall?
I was not surprised to learn that this episode started out as a script featuring the original cast. It definitely felt like an original series idea. After so many God-being episodes in the original series and this one, I thought it was weird that Picard was so adamant that her abilities couldn't be real. On the other hand, at least it was a different approach to a God-being episode than we've seen in this show. I really liked the original idea that she was the devil figure to so many different cultures. It felt like something from Doctor Who. I thought the actress was good for the part. I was disappointed but not surprised that she turned out to not be what she claimed. I thought it would have been a lot more interesting if they had not been able to disprove her claims, and she told the people on the planet what she wanted them to do and then just left. It would have been really cool if they left the possibility open that she was telling the truth, and the Enterprise just had to leave. As it is, I thought it was a thought-provoking episode, but everything I was thinking about was more interesting than the episode itself. It wasn't bad. I would have liked a bit more variation in Picard's attitude over the course of the episode. Even after Ardra tries to seduce him, he seems just entirely focused on discrediting her. It would have been more interesting if he had maybe conflicting thoughts. And there really wasn't anything character-wise for anyone else to do. Exploring Worf's reaction to her transformation could have been interesting, but they didn't do anything with it. I gave it a B-.
I give this one a B+. I like this one. It felt so much like an original series episode, even down to the music when Ardra appears. But, to me, the whole trial was not actually necessary. The crew just had to do what they always do and investigate over time until they figure it out, and then they could have just told the planet what was going on and give them the evidence. This would have also caused Ardra's claim to the Enterprise to fall through, because she would eventually have had to reveal her ship, so the problem almost would have solved itself. And Picard's reasoning about the society fixing itself was pretty damn obvious, and it was kind of ridiculous that nobody on the planet would have come to the same conclusion. It was goofy, not all of it made sense, but I thought as a standalone episode it worked very well, and I liked it.